Season 2, Episode 3 of Tieltalk, and I had the privilege to sit down with triple threat plus size model Hadassah Mcgrew. She talked about how she got her start in the modeling industry, things that she does to separate herself, the advice she would give younger models coming up in the game, and everything in between. So, without further ado, let's go.
Black star like the bronze bomber, I shine harder. Detroit red for my people who like the Godfather. We gotta talk economics, bonding and fill vaults. Here they give you the real pulse. It's Tieltalk.
Okay, we are live in that thing. So for everybody, if y'all didn't get a chance to check out season 2, episode 2, featuring Angel, make sure y'all go ahead and look at that on YouTube. Like, subscribe, share to everybody you know. Make sure y'all check that out. I'm gonna wait for Hadassah to get on up in here. Yep. Here we go. I'm waiting on her to slide in here.
Is it working?
Yes, there she
Oh,
is, yeah.
this is the first time that I've actually been able to get on somebody's live on my normal phone. So let me go ahead and finish setting up.
Okay, go ahead. Well,
Yeah,
while you
typically I gotta
doing
use
that,
my little old one, but
oh yeah.
something.
Okay, let's get started. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Teal Talk, Season 2, Episode 3. I am your host, Teal. This is the platform where we discuss all things regarding the culture. It looked like we spinning a little bit. There she go. Um, so I want everybody to meet Hadassah. So she, as y'all know, she is Cali made, Texas raised, triple threat plus size model who brings light to the curvy girl lifestyle. Okay, curves, come through, come through. She's been seen in top retailers and magazines around the world. You've likely seen her on your TV screen too, just didn't know who she was. She's been the face of brands such as J.C. Penney's, Lane Bryant, Pantene's Gold Series, and Taylor Loft, Macy's, Additional, Target, another one. She's really in her bag. Most recently, Hadassah was one of Gabrielle Union's campaign muses for the launch of Union's new size-inclusive clothing collection with fashion to figure. Okay, she working with celebrities. She's nice, y'all. Hadassah is also featured in the latest hit music video, Big Girls, by trap jazz artist Masego. She's been featured in Essence magazine twice, in addition to Elle, Oprah's O Magazine, Cosmopolitan, and more. But wait, y'all, it's more. I'm not done. I'm not done. This beauty doesn't come without brains. Hadassah holds a bachelor's degree in general studies with an emphasis in nursing and business from Texas Woman's University. Currently, Hadassah is pursuing modeling full time in New York City, and she plans to pursue an acting career while exploring new business ventures this year as well. Hadassah prides herself in her love of God and enjoys working with the youth, young adults to inspire them to chase after their dreams. The lovely, the timeless, the glamazon herself, Hadassah Mcgrew. Hadassah, thank you for coming on Teal Talk.
Thank you for having me. I'm honored to be here with you. Yes, thank you.
Oh man, I'm thankful to have you. So, oh man, that was a very impressive resume. I'm not
I need
gonna
to
lie
hire
to you.
you. I need to hire you to come on,
That's
just come with me, just to introduce me.
yeah, your resume is super impressive. I mean, triple threat plus size model. I want to dive right into it, right? So I just want to
Let go.
focus on the modeling aspect of it.
Okay.
How did you first start? Was it like the movie where they seen somebody, a scout saw you at the mall and was like, "Hey, you've got that model look," Or
Yeah,
was it
I
like,
was at Starbucks and I was just like, I'm sorry, are you looking at me? Yeah, no. No, it didn't happen that it didn't happen that way. No, but it's crazy because wait, can I tell them our actual
yes,
relationship?
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Of
Yeah, y'all.
course.
So this is my cousin, my fam bam. This
Bam,
is
for
my
sure.
yes, and we gonna get to whether who's older or not later. We gonna settle that for once and for all. But anyways, I don't know if you remember when I was younger, but I was a little chunky.
Little bit,
Um,
little bit.
yeah, a lot of it, but it's okay. Um, and so I never thought about modeling. And then when I got like 13, 14, when I was going into high school, because I didn't want to be made fun of, I decided to lose some weight. And once I
Hmm.
lost weight, I also shot up like 3 inches over, I think like seventh to eighth grade year. And
Hmm.
so everybody was like, oh, you should model, you should model, you should model. So I went to a model search after I lost all the weight and I shot up and all that. I went to a model search, got a lot of feedback, got a lot of callbacks, a lot of interested agents. But at that time, I wasn't about to move out to Cali and New York and all the other places that I wanted. So an agent there, his name was Daryl Washington. He told me about Kim Dawson, which is my mother agent now. So I
Hmm.
ended up doing one of their model searches, became a finalist, ended up getting signed. I didn't win, but I got signed. So that was a win for me at 15 years old, having like one of the best agencies in Dallas represent me. So that's how it all just started. And then the rest is history. So
Wow, that's nice. Well, I think it's a lesson to be learning that because even the loss, there's a win, because even though you didn't win, you still won in the end, in the bigger picture, you still was able to do, what you came there to
what I
do. I know
wanted
you
to
wanted
do.
to win, but hey, you still did that. So as far as being a model, congratulations to being Teal Talk's first ever model guest. I've never had a model on here before, so thank you for that. As far as being a model, let's talk body image really fast. So when you were young and you said you wanted to lose the weight, you lost the weight, you end up growing, and you end up getting signed. What were some things that maybe you went through because America now, I mean, we're getting a little more inclusive now as far as size and just as far as everything, but talk to us about body image and was it any struggles or growing pains that you went through that maybe we don't see because we see the nice photo shoots, we see all of the good things on the other side, but we don't get to kind of have that inside scoop. So talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's crazy that this industry is all about, well, now about like body inclusivity and positive body image, but it's probably one of the most, when you get on the inside of it, it's probably one of the biggest industries that tears you down about it, where you're constantly trying to keep up with this kind of, what am I trying to say, unrealistic expectation of what society
Hmm.
wants you to be. So when I first started, like I said, when I lost all that weight, I lost about 50 pounds. And that was a lot for me. Like I was walking around here like a little stick. Everybody was like, Dasha, where you go? Like, is this even Dasha anymore? So before I got signed to my agency, I went to like two other agencies, and one of the agents, at that time, I think I was like 138 pounds. And if you saw a picture of me, you would see that like, child, I was gone. I was collarbones, all that. My brothers used to make fun of me because I ain't had no hips, no, but none of that. It was just flat.
Little stick.
Yeah, and one agent told me that in order to be signed, I had to drop down to like 112 pounds. And I was like,
Ooh,
112 pounds? I already look like I'm about to break right now. Like,
right.
I'm gonna disappear if I lose 20 more pounds or so. So, as a 15-year-old, I'm like, dang, do I gotta lose all this weight? I'm in high school, people talk about you all the time. And it was heavy on me because I was like, do I do this naturally? Do I start getting into unnatural habits in order to lose weight? But thank God, the agency that I ended up signing to, they always kept it real with me. Like, hey, you're kind of a teeter-tottering the line of what the clients want with what the clients want with, which at the time I was like a size 5'6", which in
Right.
modeling, like standard sizes are 0 to like 4. That's like the high fashion models and all that. So I was a 5'6". I played volleyball, so I had thick thighs, like very muscular. So that wasn't the ideal like weight. So they told me this is what the clients want. If you want to get there, do it healthy, but they never forced it on me. So I always
Mm.
appreciated my agents in my life because Kim Dawson, like I said, shout out to Kim Dawson, because they never just forced me to start doing things that I didn't want to just to keep up with this narrative of how you should be as a model. Because for a 15-year-old, that could have been very damaging, and I
Oh
could have went a
yeah.
whole another road, but I didn't. Now, as I started getting older, my body was like, "Girl, you played yourself. This ain't natural for you." So, I got to college, got the little
Right.
freshman 10, 15 pounds.
Freshman 15. Oh wee.
I was up in the kitchen. Everything. And the weight just naturally started coming back. And at that point, I had just started working with JCPenney's a lot, and they had to let me go for a little bit because it was like either you had to be a Missy, which is kind of like an in-between size,
Mhm.
bigger than a normal size model. So probably like size 10, between 10 and 12. Like I said, I was size 5'6". And I think I got up to like a 7. So they were kind of like, we love you, but you're not fitting the sample sizes anymore because the industry works off of what sample sizes clients have. So I wasn't fitting anything. I was getting a little too thick on them boys.
Right.
And then that was another kind of hard hitter for me because I was like, dang, I was in it. I was doing good, but now people don't want to use me because I'm getting too thick. What do I do? So again, my agency never really forced anything on me. They were like, we're here to service you. Whatever you want to do, just do it healthy. So I naturally got up to like a size 10. The weight came
Okay.
on, and then plus size started to kind of become a thing. Started getting more and more work, and then finally JCPenney decided to launch their own plus size brand, and then I became the face of that. And they wanted a lot of the girls to be my size. So that was how my daddy always told me, your gift will make room for you no matter what size that you are. And that's
Mhm.
exactly what happened. They created a standard from me, what my size was. And again, the rest is history. So
Man, so basically your agency really was just telling you like, hey, just do it the
hold on
healthy
one
way,
second.
we want to service you.
Hold on one second. The my volume. Can you talk again?
Can you hear me?
The volume went down a little bit, but okay, go again.
Okay, okay. Can you hear me now?
I'll listen harder. The volume went down a little bit. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, well, I was saying that it really sounds like your agency really helped you out because if they wouldn't have had your back like that, that really could have been devastating moving forward. Just, like moving forward, that really could have messed with your psyche, especially as a 15-year-old girl. You already got
Yes.
these agents of socializations coming at you, whether it's people at your school, you got friends, you got peers, you got everything, and people telling you to do this and
You're
that.
seeking validation.
Yeah, of course, and everybody, because now, you fast forward to now, like I said, we see your pictures, you doing your thing, you're happy, and you're really in your bag, skin glowing, black girl magic, and all of that. And I love to
Juno,
see it.
Juno.
I really do love to see it. Talk to us about how it was working with Gabrielle Union.
So that was really dope. First off, to be like a young black woman who sees this woman on her television screen, like her
Hmm.
whole child career, not child career, my whole childhood, and then to end up in a room with her, working right beside her, being her muse, I was just like, try not to freak out. Be cool, not too cool. Like, don't act like you're fangirling, but inside, I'm just like, it's Gabrielle freaking Union. So she was very humble. So humble. She was very fun to work with. I'm like goofy and quirky. And when she came on set, she brought her baby, Miss, what, Queen of the Shade herself, Cobb. So
Oh
she was there. I got to
yeah.
meet her, and her team was just great. And it was just a really fun experience. The clothes look bomb. She has a lot of collections with New York and Company, and so
Hmm.
this was one of her first collaborations with Fashion to Figure, which is another company that I work with. They sell full size clothing for full figured women. So it was her collaboration with them. So the pieces just came out very nice. A lot of times as a plus size girl, it's hard to find fashionable clothes that aren't just oversized or that are just ill tailored to the body. And the clothes were they had this snatched, honey. Like everything was sitting right and looking good. And it was just fashionable. She's a fashion icon. So it was just a really dope experience. And I even got to, after that, I got to go to one of her brunches. It was like a kind of like a roundtable discussion with some other women within the industry. So I was glad that I was even invited to that. I was in the same room as her again, and she recognized me again when I was there. So I was just like, Gabrielle knows my name. I'm cooler than you. So yes,
That's
again,
what's
just
up.
Black girl magic in its fullest capacity.
That's one hell of an accomplishment. So congratulations to you on that. I could only imagine, because definitely growing up watching her and and Bring It On and the Bad Boys and all of the movies.
Trump
That's
still
Gabrielle,
like real.
right? That's
They don't
Gabrielle
get it.
Union right there. Like that's what's up though. Like that's so for me. I I kind of sit back and I look and I'm like, wow, like your resume is very impressive. And for the people that's just joining us, she was just talking about her work with Gabrielle Union, and I'm all I'm saying is I'm proud of you and I'm happy for you. So with that being said, I have a couple questions that I've always wanted to ask a model, right? So
Okay.
what?
Okay.
So a day in the life of Hadassah Mcgrew, what does that look like? Do you have like a routine? I mean, like you wake up, you meditate, you do this, you do that. What's your routine when you wake up? Like, what is it?
Well, I typically wake up and before I do anything, I pray and I do
Okay.
meditate for about an hour. No, I'm just kidding. I do. That would be a cute, picture perfect answer. But I do pray, like when I wake up, like thank you Lord for waking me up. Then I go straight to my phone, like who liked my picture, just like anybody else. I check
Facts.
my phone,
Right.
and I like music. I love blasting music. People like think I'm just this energy in the middle of the day. I literally wake up like this. Like I'm just like,
I woke up
let's
like
go.
this.
Yeah, so I have a lot of energy in the morning times. I like to get hyped up for whatever I have to do. And then I'm typically always rushing. I feel like I'm best under pressure. So I typically am on time, but I literally am right there with like seconds to spare. So you talking about like when I go to set?
Yes.
So yeah, so I live in New York. So it's very different from Texas. I can't just hop in my car and go. So I say unfortunately because I don't know if it's that I'm bougie, but I just would prefer to take my car. But I take the
Yeah.
subway. So
Hmm.
wherever I'm going, I take the subway. And my little twist, I leave the house looking like a little boy. And when I get to set, people think like I literally have people ask me, "Oh, Hadassah, is that the hairstyle that we're doing today? Or did the client approve of this?" I'm just like, okay, let me educate you. Most Black women, if they have hair like mine, natural, we twist our hair
Right.
out sometimes, the prep, and it's gonna look like this afterwards. So don't worry. So yeah, I typically get to set. There's typically like breakfast or something. I introduce myself to everybody. You meet so many people working in
Mm.
this industry every day. It's a whole new crew. You gotta learn everybody's names. I remember faces, not names. So I just be like, hey girl. I don't know your name, but hey. And so yeah, you start in hair and makeup. There's typically artists that help out with all that, and you go to styling. You may have a couple of fittings before the shoot gets started, and then you just start shooting. Um, Typically a lunch break of some sort. Finish shooting. Some days are longer. Some days can be 2 hours. Some days can be 12 hours.
Ooh.
It just depends. And you're in heels a lot of times. The clients that you know Okay, I live in New York, so there's a lot of distractions outside. What was I saying? Yeah, some clients you don't have to do all that, so you're very thankful for the clients where you don't have to wear heels all day. Those
Hmm.
come a dime a dozen. So, then yeah, I just simply get back on the train, come home, maybe meet up with a friend for dinner, something like that, and then Netflix, and then me and my dog just chilling at the house. Some shoots are like cooler than others because some are like you go on location. So I
Hmm.
don't know if you've seen like the last post that I
I
just
did.
posted
I
with
did.
the dope setting like
That
in
was
Salt
tough.
Lake City. I would recommend anybody who needs some dope pictures go to Salt Lake City in Utah and like it's fire. It's completely free, available to the public. But stuff like that, I
Hmm.
love going on location because it's like a free vacation for work. So that was one of my favorite things to do before the pandemic hit and everything slowed down with the traveling and all that. But just getting to visit all these different cool places that I would have never gone to if it wasn't for modeling. Like when my agent first told me that I was going to Utah, I was like, "What's in Utah? Like, why are we going to Utah?" And then when I got there, I was like, "This is why we're in Utah." So every day is a different ordeal.
That's what's up. So you get to travel, you get to see different parts of the country, and you get to make money, and you get to do what you love to do. Have you ever, like, when you first started modeling, were you ever camera shy? Were you ever like, or I mean, like when you on set, is it like how it is in the movies where they're like, come on, give me face. I don't like that when I don't like it, Hadash. Like, how is it? Like, is it like that or is it more?
Now, for me, I'm gonna say nah, because I'm extra by nature. So you put a camera in front of me, I'm just
Okay.
like, she's
So
ready.
you
Like,
ready?
come on, keep up with me. Keep up with me. I came out the womb like take the picture. Take the picture right now. Um, yeah, no, not for me. I love the camera. I'm a personality, which is why like I want to get into acting and stuff because after 15 years of doing this, I do a lot of commercial, but you learn there's different types of modeling. Like there's commercial, there's fit
Hmm.
modeling where you're like kind of the canvas for how retailers like make the clothes. There's editorial, which is more of the high end, things like that. And I do a lot of commercial, which is the girl next door, come buy our clothes, happy, really. Um, but you just want to try a little bit more than that sometimes. Like I said, I've been doing this for 15 years, so I'm ready to
Wow.
just explore. When I first got into modeling, you ever watch America's Next Top Model?
Yes.
Yeah, like so I literally thought every day was gonna be like a new challenge. Like I'd be hanging from buildings and having spiders crawling all over me and
Right.
over it wasn't like that.
No.
It wasn't like that at all. Not yeah, because I don't really do a lot of high fashion yet.
Hmm.
We're
Okay.
manifesting it. That will
Right.
come. That
Not
will
yet.
come. It will come. But yeah, I'm ready. I have to hold myself in on set for what I do. So I'm always ready to give more. So I was never really nervous.
So
Like
you
I feel like you're
stay
more
ready.
nervous just working with a new client, hoping that they like you and
Hmm.
hoping that they like book you again. Because I know for me coming out to New York, everybody and their mama trying to model.
Right.
So
Right. Right.
I mean, I believe in myself and I'm very confident, but I will say there's been times I'm just like, oh my gosh, I hope they really like me. Do I suck or whatnot? Even though I know I'm fired, but everybody goes through self-doubt sometimes. So
Of
that's the only thing,
course.
but I feel like I'm pretty confident in what I'm able to deliver as a model. So no, I'm not ever really nervous.
That's what's up. Real quick, can you show us your model face? Can we see it real fast? What's the
What they
model
do
face?
on TikTok, they say
Yeah.
smile, raise your eyebrows, and then stop. Did you do it too?
My model, yeah, I can't.
Wait,
ain't
I
got
gotta
a
let you
good
have your
model
moment.
face.
You do it. Okay, I'm
No,
gonna be
no,
a TikTok
we
voice.
talking
Okay,
about
smile.
you.
No,
No,
you
no,
gotta do
no.
it. Okay,
We
smile.
talking about you. All right, here we go.
Look, we're trying to get you seen too.
Whew.
Maybe you
All
can be the
right, come
next
on.
male model.
All right, let's
Okay,
see
so
if
here
they
we
can
go.
sign me. Here we
Teaching the
go.
cuz.
All
All
right, here
right,
we
so you're
go.
gonna smile, raise your eyebrows. Now stop smiling.
Hey, I can't with you. Anyway, moving along. So coming into this industry, right? Like you said, it's a very competitive industry. Do you feel that being a black woman specifically in this industry does it pose any unique challenges that our counterparts probably wouldn't have, just as far as moving up the ladder easy or getting a certain type of clients to sign you?
Yeah, I mean, naturally, the first thing, a lot of times as a model, first of all, you're kind of categorized. So you
Hmm.
have a black model, white model, you have a black model with fair skin, black model with dark skin, black model with curly hair, black model with straight
Hmm.
hair. My son's trying to protect me. Um, Sorry. So yeah, so sometimes agencies, Carmelo, come
Little
here.
Scooby.
Come here, Carmelo. Sister. Oh, my homie. Hey, how are you? Come here, Mello. Yeah, so agencies sometimes a lot of times they won't accept certain black girls because they'll be like, we already have one black girl on our roster, or
Right.
like the token black girl. They won't necessarily say that. Some will if they're bold enough to let you know we already like have enough people that look like you on our
Right.
roster. But the problem with that statement is that, you know, Sarah, Anna, and Hannah. There's so many of them that look like each other. White girl, blonde hair, blue eyes. So it's just like, why can you have 20 girls that look like that, but only one black girl with curly hair? Or, oh, there's two. Whoa, look at that. So that's one of the first problems is even getting signed. Because if you go to just about any top major modeling agency's page and look at their like black models or models of color ratio to white people, it's just like, what's the difference here? Why? Just also, I feel like as a black woman, you kind of have to stand out more. You have to offer more because you can't just be cute. A lot for the plus size industry, period. I feel like the plus size industry was built off of the backs of black women. Like you've had video vixens around for ages.
Yeah.
Black women, this
Super
is
thick.
yeah, this body type is natural for us. So even like when agencies say it's hard to find, you know, tall, curvaceous black women, I'm just like, how, slave? Like how?
You like I'm right here. Are you right here?
Yeah, like I've had people like I know with certain agencies that I'm with. I mean, even though the agencies that I'm with, they have a great like ratio of talent. It's just like I don't see why there's not even more because I know in Dallas, I think we have I don't think I can count more than 10 girls on our roster that look like me. And I just know for a while, I was one of the only black girls, plus size girls on our roster.
Right.
And I was just like, I never understood it. And while I was getting booked and making money, I was just like, I can't be the only one. Like, it feels good for a while to the pockets, but then after that, it's just like, I know some more of my sisters can be out here banging just as much.
Right.
So it never really added up to me. But like you said earlier, there's progress being made and it's baby steps, but in my head, I'm like, we can work on a little bit faster because I got a whole group of girlfriends right here that can hop on board and do the same thing some of these other girls are doing. To see something else. People knowing what to do with this. All it is. That's let's see. How do I get the writing off her face?
Oh, it's just the comments. It's just the comments. You just gotta roll with it.
Yeah, it's just the comments. Now, if we start talking about hair, that's a whole nother till talk. But yeah, a lot of times people don't know how to do textured hair, and that ultimately ends up to us not looking as good as we want to. Or for me, for the most part, I come to set with my hair done already because after 15 years of doing this, I've had too many times where I've had to come home crying to my roommates, crying to my mom, like, Mama, look how they have me out here looking today. I ain't even cute, but they was all like, it looks great, it looks fine. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And then if you say something on set, you're looked at as like a diva or like, oh, she's too opinionated, just because when people don't know what they're doing, they kind of hide it with a false sense of confidence and try to use their authority to kind of like, oh, it looks great. This is what we want. And this is what, like, your opinion doesn't really matter. So I've had to deal with that so many times in my career and it's emotionally exhausting. So like I said, I just come with it done. Because if you know me, you know I am not catty or anything at all. I just want to look good. I want to feel like this when I go on set. I want to feel like I'm radiant and just look my best self because all of my work is my portfolio. It's not just a book that I carry around. It's every client that I work for. So having the best professionals on set that are equipped to handle somebody who has my skin color, who has my type of hair. I just feel like as an artist, you should be equipped to handle all types. So
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Because if you pull up and you got Sarah Jenkins over here doing your hair and she never has done your type of hair before, maybe to the untrained eye, they might think, oh, that looks cool. But you post that and somebody like me see it, be like,
that ain't it.
Why they let
that
her
ain't
do
it.
that? Let me call her. Hey, cuz.
Who did you
think? Is this like the first photo they took? Hold on, no, we can't.
Was that
We
the
can't
test
have
shot
that.
or
Me, the warm up. So
yeah, I don't know if you ever saw that is it debacle? I'm using big words here. Over they had a little girl that they had put on was it the Gap, or it wasn't, I don't want to say the wrong company's name, but they put her on there and her hair wasn't even fully put into a
Oh,
ponytail.
I do. Yeah, yep. I remember that. They
It
had
wasn't
that
even a
little
little
girl.
girl, it was a whole grown woman.
They
Yeah.
had her. Ooh, she was looking bad.
Yeah, because there's a difference between like bedhead and bedhead for a black woman and bedhead for a white woman are two completely different things.
She ain't
So
wear her
like,
bonnet. Got your hair looking crazy.
because if you really want bedhead and I get out of bed, you're gonna have one side of my head looking like this. That's not how you put me on set though. Like
No,
you
no,
gotta
no,
play with
no.
it a little bit. You gotta touch
Right,
it.
right.
It was like somebody was just like, "Yo, you since you just woke up for real, go ahead and go out to set. You ready?" And
Yeah. So, as I
yeah,
mentioned
it was
before,
crazy.
it's that you're in a very competitive industry, right? So, what are some things that you do to stand out? I know you confident, and I know you say I woke up like this, but what are some things that you do to stand out, to separate yourself from, the other Jessica girl over there who's, tall like you or maybe as beautiful as you are? How do you stand out?
I mean, I just be me. I mean, there's nobody like
Okay.
Hadassah, so I
You
mean,
just glow, huh? You
that's
just be
period.
glowing.
Her, her. No, I think one thing that distinguishes me from a lot of models is my personality. I
Hmm.
feel like when I walk onto set, I like to be a vibe. I like to put a smile on somebody else's face. Like people know me for my smile. And one thing I always say is that it's not a fake smile. Like I genuinely am a very happy person. I'm a very silly person. I think life is too long to like be bitter and complain about everything and just be sad all the time.
Right.
And so I like to be happy. I love to make people laugh. So when I'm on set, I like to be like the highlight of somebody's day. Like you never know what anybody's going through on set. Because even as a model, like it's hard. People think you just come to work and just take pictures and that's it. Sometimes it can be hard because, while you're at a computer desk at a normal job, say if something happened, somebody died or passed away, or maybe you broke up with somebody, or maybe you just had a tough conversation with somebody, you can be at the computer screen typing, be sad and stuff. I'm on set. I'm hired to look a certain way, to bring a certain energy onto set. So
Right.
I'm not afforded that opportunity. So I always have to be on, like, because
Right.
there's the camera always on me. So while I know sometimes I go through it, there's other people, the lighting tech, the producer, the stylist, the hair and makeup. You don't know what they're going through. So just being nice, knowing how to work with people. Um, I love making other people happy. I dance on set all the time. People call
Turn
me the
up.
dancing queen.
Hey.
Yes, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I be popping people's TikTok bubbles who haven't been on TikTok before. I'm like, nah, we gonna make a TikTok today. You gonna hit a little, hey, something.
Hey.
Give me
Okay.
a little shimmy in there. So I love that one. I've never done this, Hadassah. Well, I'm a choreographer, so I can teach you. Like, don't worry,
Right.
you're in
Let
good
them know.
hands.
Let them
So
know.
just seeing people smile, I feel like when I leave set, people remember me for that reason. Yes, I'm a good model, all that. Like I study my clients before I go on set. What's the vibe that they want? What's their aesthetic? Doing your research, knowing who you're
Got
working
to.
um, for like a new model getting in. Maybe you go to a client, maybe they don't want like very cheesy pictures. Maybe they're more moody and they have a whole different vibe for them. So just learning who you're working for, doing things offset before you come to set, making sure your nails stay groomed, your skin, you're taking care of your skin, you're taking care of your teeth,
Hmm.
making sure you arrive on time, little things like
Important.
that. Making sure that you come prepared with the proper undergarments, and that just when people work with you, it's like, yo, she's a true professional. She had all this stuff with her. She just came prepared. So those are little things that I feel like people remember about me.
Wow. So that's how you stand out. Okay. Well, I can
I mean, that's
respect
what
it.
I would say.
I can respect it. And those things that you talked about are things that, just having, just bringing energy and being on time. Those are things that just takes no talent. That's something that everybody can do. And if you want to be a professional, those are the things that you have to master first and foremost. So,
Just people skills,
oh yeah,
learning the art.
yeah,
This whole industry is working with people. Like I told you, any given day, I work with between 10 to 20 people in one day, and that could be a whole different set every day. So dealing with people, it's truly a ministry, low key. It's a whole ministry because it's some crazy people out here, and you just have to learn to keep your cool and to give other people the benefit of the doubt. Because if not,
Right.
you could be blacklisted. People aren't going to want to work with you again. But the whole point is, hey, we want to book her again because she did a great job and she just was a joy to be with. Or he, if you're a young man as well.
Of course. My coach used to always tell me you never get a second chance to make a first impression. And, it might not be fair, but sometimes that's what it is. If that first impression, if you don't, in your case, if you really not professional or if you don't do your best, maybe that's a client that you lose, to work with in the future. And, with that just advice, I've always just been conscious of how I carry myself, how I portray myself, the words that I say, and the things that I do, because you never know who's watching, especially for you. Like you said, if it's people coming in, different people at photo shoots, you never know. It could the person that could change your life could be watching you in the background, so you
Right.
always got to
Sitting there
make
eating their
sure,
food.
right. You got to make sure you're on your P's and Q's at all times.
Always. Even on social media, all those things. Like
Ooh,
you never know who is watching you. Like never.
of
I'll be on
course.
set sometimes and people, oh my gosh, Anisha, like the last video you put. Do I know you? Like not in a cocky way, but it's just like it's crazy because you don't realize how much people pay attention to you and
Hmm.
they're really invested. And I'm just like, oh, that's really dope. Like it's a really cool feeling, but then it also makes you kind of more aware of things that you do post, the energy that you are putting out there. When people are at home, we've been in this pandemic. Some people are sad and just kind of just down. So if I can bring a little hee hee ha ha to your day, it's like I'm glad that I could have been that little bit of laughter for you and change your day. So yeah.
Okay, so for the last, we got about 24 more minutes. Let's play Ask a Model. So the people that's
20.
joined in, yeah, the people that's tuned in, please ask away. Any questions that y'all want to ask Hadassah, ask away. She's gonna answer to the best of her ability. Because I know a couple of y'all like, man, I've only seen stuff on the internet or in movies about models, and here's my chance. So yes, right now is your chance to ask her anything you want to ask her. And so I'll start the party off. So while y'all get your minds and your
Sure,
questions
ask
together.
away. I guess this is the time.
Okay, can you give us crazy, funny, interesting, or just one of your best modeling stories since you got into the industry? Something that maybe was crazy that happened, cool, learning experience, or anything.
Hmm.
He said,
That's
"What did
so.
you?"
You said what?
Your pop said, "Where did you get your good look?"
Where did you get your good looks? I think my mom.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh, dang it. It's so crazy. I'm trying to see. Oh, so working with Masego, which you said that you
I do
don't
not
know who
know
Masego
I don't know
is.
who
Wait,
Masego is.
okay. If y'all know who Masego is, just raise your hand in the chat. I just want to see, like, am I crazy for being mad that he doesn't know who Masego is? I am leaving. Oh, you mad? You big mad? Um, but anyway, so Masego is a trap house jazz artist, who I recently worked for. I feel like he's bigger, like underground, kind of like indie.
Hmm.
But I got a DM one time from a guy who was like, "Hey, would you like to be in, this video?" And I was just like, "Okay."
Right, right.
Masego, okay. Um, it's like one of your favorite artists maybe that you like, and then somebody DMs you to say like, "Hey, Dentil, you want to come be in the video?" And it's like, sure, yeah, me and everybody else.
Right.
So I got that email, and then he told me who one of my friends recommended me, and I was like, well, she's a pretty credible source. Like, maybe this is real. So long
Hmm.
story short, it ended up being very real. And I was just like, yo, I'm
Wow.
about to be a whole video vixen out here. Um, again, every black girl's dream, like growing up.
Right,
I wasn't trying to be in there shaking my booty and stuff like that. I was trying to,
right,
be
right,
a little classy.
right.
Maseko's a very classic man. So I didn't mind doing that. And it's very different from anything that I've ever done for modeling. Because like I said, I do a lot of very happy-go-lucky stuff. So when I get to set, First of all, I think my hair was like halfway done, like half of my face was done. My shirt was like halfway in. I was going from the hair and makeup chair to the bathroom. And then I'm like walking like, yo, this dude is like really tall. I had never met him before in my life and I didn't realize how tall he was.
Right.
So then I walked past him and then I was just like, it didn't hit me until after I passed him. I was like, yo, that's Masego. He just saw me looking like trash. Like like looking jacked up. So in the bathroom, I fixed myself up a little bit more. And then on the way back, I'm just like, I introduced myself trying to play it cool.
Of course.
And he's really goofy. Like if you go follow him on Instagram, he's hilarious. Dude has like, oh, a dope sense of humor. So we were cracking jokes here and there. He was asking what my name meant and stuff. And just the whole duration of like the video, he was making videos with me, Instagram video. He was just so down to earth. He wasn't like, yo, y'all my video girls, y'all sit over there. And I just really appreciated that. And just to be in the same room as like a celebrity like him, that was just really wild. Also being on set with so many Black people, it was just
Ooh,
like,
melanin, yes.
like most times I'm typically like the only Black person in the room, like on
Right.
any given day that I'm on set, and seeing all the hair and makeup artists, the stylists, shout out to Alexander Julian. Um, it was just great to see all these creatives like that looked like me in the same room and just Masego's vibe. The video turned out so dope. It made us Black queens look beautiful as big girls, you know. I was like, you got a fetish or something, or you really just like big girls?
He
Like, why are you
might.
making this
He
up?
might. You better watch out. Might be sliding them
Right. And that's what I said,
DMs.
watch out for the big girls.
Hey, I'm
So
telling
that
you.
was a really dope, like fun, kind of mind blowing. Like somebody hopped in my DMs and I ended up in a video. So
That's what's
it works
up.
sometimes, kids. If
Right.
somebody DMs you, but make sure you do
Right.
your research.
Of course. Brown Sugar High says, what is the best advice you've gotten? Ooh, she look kind of good too. She might be a model. Slide in my DM, Brown Sugar High. How you
I'm
doing?
dead. My cousin out here single, ready to mingle. Wait, what did you say, Denzel?
She said, what is the best advice you've gotten?
What is the best advice that I've gotten?
Yep.
Um, I always throw it back to keep God first. Like it just seems so cliche, but God is my everything. Like giving my career to God and letting Him kind of order my path. And just like using Him for just discernment in certain things that I do because the industry naturally is just very. It can be very evil. You know,
Hmm.
success, getting to the top, things that you will do and won't do. You have to have a strong foundation in who you are. And for me, that's all rooted in Christ. Um, Also, just somebody telling me like knowing your why. That's also like one of my advice things that I would give to other people. Why do you want to be a model? Everybody, I want to be a model because they think it's all glitz and glam, and it's not like that all the time. Especially if you're trying to
Mm,
be in the industry, like commercial industry, high fashion. It takes work. Like, thank God, I got signed when I was 15, but it doesn't happen like that for everybody. It's like I said,
right.
everybody and their mama trying to model. So you have to have something that stands out. You have to have tenacity. You have to have determination and grit and, have to be okay with if somebody tells you no, but you really want to do it, you have to keep pushing and trust that, just because they tell me no, it doesn't mean that this person won't.
Right.
Um, and then your why just helps to keep you in the times where things aren't working out, when you're not making money, when you're not doing this as a full-time job, when you're not getting the clients that you want to. It just helps me to stay still and to know like, hey, just because this is not happening how you want it to right now, in God's timing, it will all work out. And that your why are you doing this? For me, it's a platform for me to speak to young men and women about their dreams and being go-getters and having faith and all of that. It's a platform for me to show that, despite what people tell you, when I did that competition back in Dallas, a lot of people told me like, oh, you're not going to make it. You're too big. You're too this. You're too that. Like,
Dang.
I wish you could go
Hating.
see my billboard now. Like, go see me in the store now. Like,
Right,
what
right.
if I would have stopped whenever you told me, that if I would have said, oh, just because they said I couldn't do it, I'm just going to stop. No, my why is because I want to be an inspiration to other people to show like, dream big, dream so big that it just doesn't make sense sometimes. And having my why, that's kept me in this industry for almost 15 years. It hasn't always been, you know, work every single day, but in those downtimes, why are you here? Stick it out. Stick it out, not just for you, but for everybody else who's watching.
Wow. Okay. And you know, when people hate like that, I always kind of went back to, you know, for me, it does nothing but motivate me because you gonna say I can't do it, and I'm gonna go out there and show you that I can do it times four. You know, you said
Exactly.
I couldn't do this, but now I done
It's
surpassed
fuel to
that.
my fire.
Yeah, exactly. Four times over. And I'm like, listen, pebbles thrown by peasants won't reach the throne. And that's what y'all doing. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Did
Because
you
I'm
say
you
that
feel
again,
me?
cuz?
Pebbles thrown by peasants won't reach the throne. You know,
Ain't
try
gonna do it.
try as they
Just not
may,
yet.
they can try to knock you off, but all you gotta do, you know, fix it. You know, it might slant to the left, slant to the right, whatever. But
That
you
just
wanna know
mean you
what?
got a little swag, you know?
You gotta let you know what I'm saying, like T.I. when how he used to wear his hats and Bankhead. You feel me? You can rock it like that. Um,
Yes. I love that. I love it.
I
I'm gonna have
love it
to
too.
that's gonna be my next caption.
Hey, you heard it here first, folks. Tieltalk. You know what I'm saying? As long as you cite your
Yes.
source, you feel me? Tag me in there. Tell people come follow your boy, cause you got this
Oh, you
thing
know I got
cracking in
you.
here. You got
You
it
know I
cracking
got you.
in here
I
for
look, I'm
sure.
team till like y'all if y'all wanna know, like we haven't talked like this. This is probably like our first time actually even talking this much to each other and like
Right.
in our whole
Ever.
lives. So
Right,
I'm just so proud. Like I'm just like, oh, this is my
right.
cousin. Every time I see you and all your sports stuff, your school stuff, I'm just like, I'm so proud. Look at him. Look at him just out here in his black boy joy, just living
Hey,
his
I'm
best
trying.
life, showing his black excellence, just thriving. Like I'm I am here for it. So I am
Yeah,
so proud of you, cousin. So, so, so,
I
so, so proud of
appreciate
you.
that. And
Despite
that's
everything
why,
you've been through, like you out
for
here.
sure,
You
for
didn't let none of
sure.
that stop you. So
You can't, you know, you hit a wall, you just gotta push through. You know, I always said, you know, push
I
through,
mean, now is
man.
that for somebody of your size? I mean, you almost what 6'7"? You can just push that wall down. Like, what if I'm like 5'2" or something? Like, you a big man.
Okay, well, listen, you can go by the motto of no excuse, just produce. You can go by that. You know, I've been
No
in in
excuse, just
yeah, no
produce.
excuse, just produce, and I think that
I
sets.
think I just found my new quotes, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. I got them. I'm deep in the bag with
You
the
got your
quotes. You
bag
know what I'm
too?
saying? I got it. I got it. Don't even worry about it. So,
Okay.
um, I have another question because everybody acting shy don't want to ask questions. Okay, what
Look, if y'all
advice?
got questions about modeling, you got questions about just me,
Whatever,
ask away.
whatever, yeah, whatever. I'm gonna give them a couple minutes before I ask mine because I got a great question and they acting a little nervous. Don't be scared, y'all. Come on down. The price is right. It is right now. I'm
No
telling you.
excuse, just produce. You're
That's
gonna have a
it.
book of quotes from Dentil.
Hey, I'm telling you. Well, why they getting that together? Okay, what advice would you give a young black 15-year-old girl? Oh, okay. Well, Neat says, how tall are you?
How tall? I'm 6 foot Amazonian goddess,
Okay.
but
Six
5'11" and a
feet.
half if you're playing asking.
Why would it be? Why would it be that?
I'm 5'11" and a half if you're playing asking. Sample sizes. I'll just say that. I'll just say that.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay, a little confused. All right. Okay. Are there modeling agencies that look for older women? Uh-oh. Mom say she might try to get on.
Who is that?
That's my mama right there, lovely one.
Are they Molly? Oh, hey, Auntie. Here they're Molly. Yeah, I mean, there's still that's part of the whole inclusivity thing now. The fact that you can be a model no matter how young, how old, what size you are, there's literally possibilities for everybody now. So I know there's some agencies that have divisions called sophisticates, you know. That's the wording for their models who are of older age. They have silver foxes. Yeah, so I
Okay.
mean, if whatever area, town you live in, if there's a, excuse me, agency that you know of, see if they have a division. But a lot of times, even if they don't have a division specifically for it, but you feel like you have something to offer, even if you have like a social media presence, because with social media presence, that's leverage for you. That's social media,
Mm.
Instagram influencers, that's changing the game. Like a lot of these
Yes, it
agencies didn't
is.
think they would have a lot of these people on their boards, but because these Instagrammers are out here like showing up and showing
Getting
out,
to
it's
it.
like, yes, we need to represent you because you have something like you're able to produce your own shoots, you're able to engage an audience. So yes, mama, go look it up. Go look whatever agency you're trying to get at and see if they have the divisions or start working on your Instagram.
Right. The next question is, hi, have you had many choices that you've had to change in order to get to where you are? So basically, have you had to change anything about yourself in order to maybe bad habits or things that you had to change in order to get where you at now?
Bad habits. Like I
Or
said, I tend to be on time, I guess. As a model, I would tell you, make sure that you're early. What they say on
right.
Drumline, if you're on time, you're late. If you're early,
Facts.
you're on time. I would recommend that. I'm just a procrastinator in life, just all the way through. So just making sure that I plan out a little bit before I leave so that I'm not like light. Where am I from? So that I'm not late.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to remember at the end of the day, you're working on somebody else's time, and time is money. So if, clients
Yes,
are
it
sitting around
is.
waiting on you, that's not a good reflection on you. You probably won't get booked again unless you have like really good rapport and something just a life incident really just happened that's out of your control.
Right.
See what else. Changing myself. Did they say like in physical attributes or just like mentally,
I
like
guess just
everything?
anything.
Um, I guess also trying not to compare myself to others. Like in a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times in life we compare ourselves, but with
Yep.
modeling, like you can't take things personally
That's
because
come through.
you can't take
Come
things personally because
through.
it's all just business. That doesn't mean that you're any less of a model because you don't get booked for a shoot.
Right.
Had to learn how to wear my big girl panties and just, have tough skin. You got to come into this industry with tough skin. I can be sensitive. I can be very sensitive at times, but the industry has taught me to, you got to thug it out sometimes and everything's not personal towards you. So I would say growing tough skin and not letting like no's get to you. That's something
hmm
that I had to change. And that's something that's given me longevity because I never quit because of that. Because you get 1,000 no's just to get one yes. But that yes
That's
can be like
it.
the biggest yes of your life and can change the whole trajectory of your career. So
Gotta stay with it. And it's crazy because my boy Courtney is on here and he had a thing to where he said no meant next opportunity. So he kind of changed
say
the
it
way we
again.
looked. He had no as in next opportunity. So he changed
Yeah.
the way that he looked at a no instead of looking at it as a negative. It's a positive because it's a good thing. If people don't want you, thank you. Because don't play with me and waste my time. So the next question we got is, have you had to pass an opportunity because of your beliefs or morals? That's a great question.
Who asked that?
Your mama? That's a great question.
I was like,
That's
is
a
that a
great
regular
question,
a regular
TT.
person asking that or that somebody who know me? But yes, yeah, no, all the time. So one thing about me, I don't do like a lot of lingerie and stuff like that, even though I know I got the body. But it personally doesn't make as much sense to me. Not that I'm downing anybody else who does it, but because I do a
hmm
lot of ministry and stuff like that, I just don't want my body on display just at somebody else's leisure. Like
Yes.
that, like, hey, Pastor, look at my latest campaign.
OnlyFans. Hold up. Is
What?
that?
Only the only fans you need to be on is the fan that I'm holding here in church.
Oh,
Um,
hallelujah.
you know, praise God, glory to God. But yeah, I don't do a lot of lingerie because of that. Anything just where I have to be just hypersexual, that's just not my thing. And it's crazy because this industry is very hypersexualized, which is why I tell girls like, know who you are, what you stand for, have like your foundation you come in because this industry will pimp you out if
Ooh,
you allow it to.
yeah.
But you have to shoot because if it was all about money, you know where I could be right now. Like I say, I have the assets. in order to gain more
Magic
access.
City.
But it's just not always about that for me.
Right.
And you don't ever feel like bad for letting somebody talk you out of that. If you have morals and standards for yourself, stand firm in them, or else you'll
Mm-hmm.
let anything allow you to like chip away at it slowly but surely, and then you'll look up and find yourself like, how did I get here? Was it the money? Was it just to say that, oh, I did this cover? Did I sleep with somebody, or just
Right.
did I compromise in something that I believed in? So yeah, there's lots of times where I don't take jobs for certain things, and I'm sure the higher I get in my career, there'll be different things that I face. But keep your girl in prayer that the Lord keeps me grounded, and that I don't feel like I have to do anything just to take my career to the next level.
I'm telling you, devil, get up off me. The
Hey.
next question is, when's your birthday age?
Oh,
Yeah, when's
oh,
your birthday? How old? Oh, yeah, it's about that time.
it's about that
Maybe
time. Okay.
maybe you ain't got to give us the
Wait,
exact
I need that
birthday.
help
We
to
don't
reveal
want
his
people
age
in your
first.
business. You know what I'm
You said what?
saying? I said you might not have to give your exact birthday. We don't want everybody in your business, but the age part, you know,
Well,
we
I
need
will
to
say
know
I'm an
that.
Aquarius. I'm an
Yeah.
Aquarius.
Okay. Okay.
And I was born in January.
Ooh,
Uh-huh.
January.
Uh-huh. I think you should say yours first.
They asked you the question. They ain't here to see Hadassah, the
No, me
model.
me and
Keep it
Dentil have been
fresh.
having a competition. I call him my big little cousin. He was like, "Nah, Sam, I don't think I'm a little cousin. I think I might be older than you." And I was
I
like,
think
"What?"
so.
Okay, so Mama, settle this. Am I older than him?
I don't think so. I honestly don't think so.
Okay, when did you turn 21?
I was born in '92. We'll just do that.
And when is your birthday?
June.
I'm older, sucker.
What? You was born January '92?
Lil cuz, you my big lil cuz, like I said. Like
Okay.
I said. Okay? You
Yeah,
respect
okay.
me. Respect your elders. Even though I gotta look up at you on the camera to tell you, respect your elders. I was born in January. January
Okay.
22nd.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Oh, your demeanor is a
Well,
little different now. You know,
it's all
child.
good. Hey, it's all love though. You win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day. That's it.
Sure.
Okay.
But at the end of the
Okay.
day, I'm still older. So, okay.
Yeah, facts. That's what's up. Okay, yeah, I can't take no more questions. Instagram let me know they about to kick us off. So, Hadassah, thank you for coming on
Thank you.
Tilt Talk, the platform that discusses all things regarding the culture. Y'all see the banner. Hadassah, any parting words, last words you want to give to the people before we get off of here?
Be yourself. Put God first. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't. And stay lit. Be a vibe wherever you go. And like you said, remember your first impression is everything. So remember that in
Yes.
anything you do, not just modeling, any job. Love y'all. Thank you.
Thank y'all. Now listen, I'll post a full video on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Till Talk Season 2, Episode 3, featuring Hadassah Mcgrew. That is it. Thank you, Hadassah, for coming on. I appreciate you.
Thank you,
Good
Till,
luck.
for having me.
Good luck
Been
moving
honored.
forward.